We're officially recording.
Yay.
Welcome to our second attempt at a live during really hot weather.
Yes.
Hopefully the laptop won't melt. Jennifer Dickens, is that one of yours?
Yes. Glad she's joining.
Cool beans. Well, this is something to do with thing.
Got some boogers to
Enter. Confirm. I think she made a comment, but I didn't read it. I was trying to get interactive equine assisted learning activity. Woohoo!
the itchy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the rainforest smelled so good yesterday.
That is the most special places on earth in Washington or Oregon. You were in, which was it? Washington or Oregon? Washington, yeah.
Love it says we're live.
Got a bug, girl.
Is it true? Could it be true? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Horsepower Empowerment Through Connecting today with Kate Neligan, located in Boulder, Colorado, a fantastic equine life coach and just general rock star off in the world. So we are so lucky to actually be getting to have an experience with horses today, so that people can get more of an experience of what it is that I've been talking about instead of just interviewing really cool people from all over the world. So we're going to just like dip our toe in the water a little bit, and lots of different facilities do equine assisted learning and mental health activities in different ways. But this is just one of the many beautiful ways to get to take a look at that. So Katie, thank you so much for being with us here today, especially when it's so bloody hot out there in Boulder.
Thank you for having me again. I'm happy to be here. And yeah, we've had a heat streak, so.
Yeah, isn't it like something like 100 degrees out there?
It's been close to it. So hence there's a little bit of, this laptop is in a little bit of shade that we have, so.
We will do the best we can today, folks. So we have a miniature donkey out there, right?
Yes, this is Sweetness.
Hello, Sweetness. Oh, so cute. I always want to just like, yeah. Maybe we'll get really lucky and we'll get to listen to him bray. That would be. And then who else have you got out there?
So it looks like Winter wants to come in, so I may just go pop him in and so he can join us. But her in the background. And then this is Rain taking a drink of water over here. She was just rolling. So she is over there. And this is only about half of the herd, but I am a big fan of choice and whether they want to come in or not. And if they don't, there's zero force. So who came in, and that's that. So
fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Winter, she's coming for you.
I know. Is it okay if I go?
Go get Winter. Yeah.
All right. We'll go do that.
So ladies and gentlemen, this is a great opportunity to be able to chip in with any sort of comments that you have, to be able to engage in the activity that we'll be doing today that Katie is leading. And it's definitely more fun. So be brave. Jump in there. No question is a stupid question. Remember that. That looks like a very large. Hey, Rain. I'm going to laugh really hard if she knocks over the laptop or eats it.
She almost did. That's why I ran back. I'm like,
like, hey.
Oh my goodness. Technology and horses.
Do they ever try to eat the laptops?
Oh yeah, I actually should send you a picture of the bite mark that's currently on my laptop from this big guy back here.
How big is he? Oh my goodness gracious, he's a giant.
He's part draft, so he's a big boy.
Like 17 hands.
I'm gonna talk to everyone.
Hi, Rain. Hello.
The bugs on him. So we have these monster bugs. I think they were on the call last time, but they're like, it's funny when they land on the horses.
Yeah. They're all on the other side of the camera. They're feeling a little camera shy.
So we have Sweetness will probably join here in a second. He's getting the last little bit of goodies I put out, and then Rain's right here for us. So
hello, there we go.
Yeah.
So Kate, tell us a little bit about the horse-human connection, like animal bonds, and what brought you to doing the work and what we're going to get to engage with today.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm excited. So the human animal bond is part of what the exercise is going to be around. And I love how you asked me, like, do we have to do this with horses? Could we do this with a dog or a cat at home? And that is the intention, that you can do these two processes that we'll go through, these exercises at home with your own animal, and certainly with your horses or horses that are in your life. So Rain's asking us to take a deep breath, so I'm going to do that first. We can all take a conscious breath together. And Winter's licking and chewing on that, saying we need breath so much these days with everything going on. So.
Oh, we have another one wanting to join.
I love it. They're like, okay, Kate, we see what you're doing now. Can we come in?
That's great. Go on. Go. You can go get them. It's cool. If you want to.
So yes, feel free to, if there's anything you want to share, but I'm almost feeling
Winter.
We're going to give Winter a chance here just to connect with us, see if he's got something first.
Absolutely.
But the quick bit on the human animal bond is I was really enamored with Avery when I found out about the Human Animal Bond Research Institute and the science that they put behind what happens for us physically, mentally, and emotionally when we connect with animals. And they studied pets in the home, but the lowering of blood pressure and the change in the heart rate and some of these pieces that help. And then what happened is I got really also enamored with heart math and wanting to kind of combine these things, heart math being the science and study also behind what happens when we get into heart coherence and what it does for us. And then what happens in this human-horse connection that many of us know, because we say we feel better when we're with horses, but now we have this really neat science to put behind what actually is happening to the body. Same with heart math. So today is just going to be a little short intro to experiencing that with some of these guys and exercises you can do really easily, really quickly, but that create very profound shifts and changes in your physical well-being and emotional and mental well-being.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
It's so nice that Winter's come to hang out with us. I don't know about the rest of you, but I love how big he is. Oh, hey, buddy. See, he's just like, yes.
Yeah, he's like, how does that lady know? He's like, that lady knows my name in that little box.
Winter.
He's like, oh, she knows my name. Yeah, he is here with us because he normally would actually be under the shade. We're in the shed. I'm right next to a shed, which is actually where Rain is, but he wanted to be on camera. He loves doing this demonstration too, don't you, buddy? I can chew on that.
Aww.
You want me to jump right in?
Just jump right in. I feel like he just wants to do the, he's like, can we just do the activity? That'd be great.
He's like, horses don't, they don't need to talk a lot about things. They just get right into it. They're so direct. That's one of the things I love about them.
Absolutely.
They're very clear. So this is an infinity heart loop, and essentially what this is something I do with my private clients. It's a great way to regulate the nervous system, and it's really a way to connect into the horses physically, but also really energetically. So I'm going to demonstrate it, and you guys can kind of feel into what it feels like for you. So essentially, I usually do my left hand on the horse's heart and my right hand on my heart. And you can do it right here. We're essentially around where the horse's heart is, or right here in the front as well. He seems to want front today. And it's a breathing, and what essentially it is you're creating this infinity loop, if you're to picture that elliptical, between your heart and their hearts. And you're just breathing and letting those two physical areas connect. And so what you might have noticed is it's all very subtle, but he leaned his body slightly in so that I could feel even the pressure and the pressing of the horse's body. I usually don't push into them. I'm just creating an access point through touch, but then literally leaned in, and so I could feel my own heart stronger, or my own hand stronger on my heart. And so it can be really quick, and they'll let us know, like, okay, that's enough. That's where the access is this kind of, that alone put me into a slightly more emotional state, more vulnerable state. I'm kind of aware of the blood pumping from my heart center now that maybe I wasn't before. And so it can be quick, but I've also had horses hold that pose for like 10 minutes because people have needed it. And what I've found with clients is they'll share sometimes that, you know, they never got that kind of love or presence or stillness or beingness from their own parents. And so when they get it with a horse, it's really a game changer for them. It's something that kind of replaces what was missing when they were younger. And so they get to really feel into what it's like to have another being support them at that level and love them at that level. And the horses' hearts are 5 times the size of ours. So that's the other important thing, is that as we connect in with that much heart intelligence, we are actually kind of blasted open. So a lot of people can feel emotion when they do this, or they can just start to feel their body more, or they can also just feel overwhelmed with love and feel really good. So different experiences happen, and they're all okay. It's just being with them. But this can also be done with your animal at home, with a cat or a dog. And it, you know, tuning in and really being into that subtle energy, like, is it one finger where you're taking the pulse on the heart, and one finger on your heart with a cat maybe, or it's hand even just above the heart if your animal doesn't really want to be touched. You know, Sweetness is a little different the way I work with him because he's little, and we'll see if he'll show it, but I actually wrap my whole body and my whole heart around his body in this hug, and he likes that much contact, right? Like, he's like, give me more contact. Whereas with Rain, I don't even often touch her when I do this exercise because she's more particular about physical touch and her skin. So it's really learning, like, what's good for the animal, but also what's good for you, and how do you bridge there, right? And how do you create this connection between these two hearts? So I would love to hear your thoughts on that, and I'm gonna let Midnight in too, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Go get Midnight. See what Midnight wants to offer to us today in engagement. So in regards to the connection work, when we create that opening within ourselves and we're really cognizant of how that animal wants to engage with us, we can also look at that in transcension into how we engage with other human beings, and that level of awareness and consent and just real openness to the experience and being heart to heart and receiving that energy and that whole concept of non-grasping engagement with other human beings, which can be rather powerful to just kind of sit with an experience rather than kind of forcing our thoughts or agenda. Did you hear any of that, Kate, or were you too far away?
I heard that you're talking a bit about connection.
Yes, and how we talked briefly before about the non-grasping aspect of it, how we become more aware of our experience in receiving when we engage with the animals, the horses and the dogs and the cats in this way, and how we can then think about it, how we engage with people.
Yes.
Hi,
Winter
Midnight.
just came out and looking at you. I know you got these boys saying hi here, creating connection without grasping. I love that. I know, right?
That's fabulous.
So they kind of want to do the meditation right now, actually. Let's see. So they were hanging out. We got Midnight. Again, he could be anywhere in here, but he's right here with us. Well, he was right here with us.
He's like, just wanted to say hi.
Deep breath. So again, I feel like connecting in through the breath. What we got here. So he came up and he was just blowing into my nostril. So we can all just take a couple breaths. Feels like it's already a busy day for a lot of people. So there's just a way of like resetting. Yeah, there we go. Now he's back. Good boy.
People can relax and take deep breaths in, out. Look at the horses. Calm terrain.
Love it. All right. Nice.
When you engage with people in this fashion for your clients, what would be like a follow-up activity that you would do after this?
Yeah, so often what happens in sessions, you know, I've always found the equine coaching world to be fascinating because there's a lot of like to-do exercises and they do evoke a lot of interesting things, but there's kind of there's the side of the equine coaching world where I feel like it's like, let's create a breakdown to a breakthrough. So like, let's do processes that might trigger you or might bring up stuff. And I don't really work that way. I work in a different way where I'm really about seeing how present I can become to the horses and what they have to offer, and what they're sharing and what they want to do with the human, and then also what the human wants to do, how they're inspired to engage with the horse, because they know their own guidance system knows what it is that they need from that being, what they need to learn. And so what would happen usually in after a heart connection exercise like that is we might just sit and breathe and watch a horse. Ooh, he's got the thing on again. Wow. Don't you love watching them kick out like that? Power.
That was exciting.
He all handle the bugs differently, just like we all do. But his way is really big and really, he kicks up really high, and he's an older guy. He's like 26.
And he stayed so calm.
I'm just going to do it a lot. And I'm like, oh boy, as long as the legs go that way enough. Forward
towards you.
But I've seen him do it a lot where they all do different things. Like he really goes into fight with it, and then Winter goes into flee, like he runs, like he's just like will run until it leaves, and then Rain will just sit there and like bite at it until it leaves. Like it's just so fascinating to watch how they each handle these bugs, and it makes me realize like even that. So if we were to just do a reflection exercise, staying present, being in the moment, not having an agenda like, you know, I have to do this obstacle course. And there's nothing wrong with obstacle courses. They're actually kind of cool. But it's like there's so much happening in the present moment with the horses when we let go of the agenda and the control. And it's like, okay, well, you know, after that heart thing, we're dealing with a bug, this guy on camera. So what is it that's bugging you, right? Being able to start and being in that questions, how do you handle the bugs in your life? What are they? And how can you bring more heart and more love to those places? I did a meditation, Heaven on Earth, that I do weekly the other day. And I was talking about love and how it's not just about loving everything, but it's really being in that, he's our shadow horse. It's being in that, like when stuff really does trigger you, how can you still bring love to that, right? Yeah. How can you love what arises, which is one of my favorite things that I've learned from Matt Kahn. It's like being with what is. So So he was here to talk about that shadow side of like, okay, when stuff happens and we get triggered, and knowing that we each handle things differently, right? So like how I handle anger might be different from how you handle anger, or how I handle fear is different from how you handle it. And each of these horses can handle those bugs exactly as they need to. It's their body, it's their process. I have no judgment on how they handle it. I know if there's a bug, I don't want to be near his hind. I know, and I know if there's a bug, I don't want to be standing in front of Winter if he needs to take off, right? So like it's facial awareness, but this part, it's okay, like to bring that heart energy of acceptance to what bugs us. So that's what I would do with clients, is staying in the moment long enough and knowing that the horses will provide or present whatever we need.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. So you have, don't you have something coming up, like a workshop with the heart math?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so thank you. So heart math and horses is something that has been blended before, but essentially I view it as two of the best modalities that can be bridged, that can be blended. And I've always wanted to do something with heart math and horses because I felt they naturally went together. And then was at a retreat in Tulum, Mexico for heart math with my friend Jennifer, and we were supposed to do an in-person workshop in Los Angeles this summer, but with everything going on, we're like, let's take this virtual. So we've been doing a couple, free webinars because we wanted to introduce people to how well these modalities combine. And then we decided we wanted to do a deeper dive. So there's a 6-week immersion group coaching every Thursday, and it's an hour and a half. And so there's teaching, but then there's also coaching, laser coaching. So she will be walking us through all the heart math tools and the heart math teachings because she's certified in that. And I'll be really handling the human animal bond with all of my background and training in that, and the horse piece, how the horses bring us so much heart because that's who they are. They're like big walking hearts.
That's beautiful. No, thank you so much for sharing that. And then aren't you, you're wanting to get more people out to the ranch?
Oh my gosh, yes. I have been doing so much virtually and it's lovely, and I'm grateful for Zoom. And I feel like there's nothing better than actually getting your fingers on a horse right now and getting that nervous system fully regulated in nature with the horses and being able to slow it all down and learn from their way of being, their natural states, and just be loved up by them, right? So I think the horses here want more people here. I know I do. And it's like, we are really in that safe space of interaction without having to be indoors, right? And without, having to be with masks, being able to be at a distance. And, the horses are safe to connect to right now. So I would love to have more individuals and groups here being present with these guys and receiving from them truly. So
that would be fabulous. Well, thank you for everything that you're offering of your time free today, and just getting to hang out with the horses. It's so nice to just get to see them and see you and enjoy the space and a little bit more in the shade. And so any of you, if you're like, I've had enough of being indoors and you want a little escape, go for a nice little drive. Boulder's beautiful this time of year, although it's really hot. So remember your sunscreen. And
it's going to get cooler. It's definitely going to cool down.
No, in September, like it'll be cold before like crazy months of snow comes. So it's
yes.
And it rides, and it'll just be a totally different kind of engagement with them.
True. And I've worked here in the cold, like 25, 30 degrees with boots on and snow too, with people and the horses. And it still is magical. You forget what temperature it is. And if people do want to join virtually, heartmathhorses.com is a great, that's where everything is for the 6-week program. We're starting end of August. So
Fantastic.
Feel free to check it out.
We'll put it in the descriptions below.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching today. We're just having a short but sweet one today. We don't want her to roast or her computer to fry out there in the almost 100-degree heat. So until next time, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Dun, dun, dun. Wait, make it bigger.